Hey guys, my name is Mark. I'm here to share with you my story of my back injury. I had an L4, L5, S1 disc herniation. Um, as you know, it is extremely excruciating. Um, you're probably dealing with it now, watching this video, trying to seek help, trying to find a solution. So I'm basically making this video to share with you my experience and to more importantly share what I did to get past it and get pretty much 95% back to normal at this point. Um, so to start out, um, my first symptoms happened back in January of 2017. I was working out at the gym. I was doing legs. I must have did something, and a few days later, um, I had some pain in my glute area, my right glute, and wasn't excruciating by any means. It was just annoying. I thought I pulled something in my glute. Um, so that persisted for about 3 months. So it was probably about March or so that I decided that enough was enough. I wanted to try and fix the problem, so I went to go see a physical therapist. Started working with them for about a month or so. He was basically doing foam rolling, and I had some tightness in my lower back. So he had me doing stretches, touching my toes, things like that. Um, but unfortunately, it was not a glute injury; it was a back injury, and he wasn't doing the right thing as far as the physical therapy process. And working with him actually made things a lot worse. So about a month in, things got really bad. It went from being like a mild, pain in my glute to pain going all the way down my leg, to just being unbearable to where I couldn't sleep for probably a period of 2 to 3 weeks, just because it was so excruciating. Can't even describe, that time because you can't sleep, you're in pain constantly, and you're just going crazy because lack of sleep and constant agony that you're in. So at that point, I decided I need to go see a doctor and get help because I just couldn't take it anymore. So I went to go see a sports medicine doctor. Um, right away, he knew that I had an L4, L5 disc herniation. But to confirm that, I went to go do an MRI, and indeed, it was a disc herniation in my L4, L5, S1. So at that point, he prescribed physical therapy. He gave me muscle relaxers, and he gave me nerve suppressants. The pills he gave me didn't help at all. Didn't relieve any of my pain. Nerve suppressants did nothing. Muscle relaxers did nothing. Um, the physical therapy took time to really feel the benefit. I also did acupuncture along with the physical therapy at that point. So it was helping, but it was a slow recovery. Um, just to give you a timeline. Um, I started doing the physical therapy and acupuncture probably about, I would say, April or so, late April. That's when the pain was the most significant, and I had to do that for a few months before I really started seeing a real improvement in my condition. But the really bad part where I couldn't sleep lasted about 2 to 3 weeks. That was the most agonizing time of my life. So I'm basically here to share with you what I did in order to recover because I did a lot of research online, and there's tons of articles out there and videos, people telling you different things, and I couldn't really find what I was looking for to try and fix my problem. So I did a compound approach, and I'm here to share that with you. So hopefully, it's a benefit to you, and you can, maybe take some of the things I'm doing and get better and improve your condition, get back to your normal life. So I did physical therapy for a few months. I was doing acupuncture. Acupuncture It's more of a temporary fix, I would say. It helps you get out of the immediate pain that you're in. So it definitely helps, like, initially. As soon as you do it, a lot of the pain goes away right away. But it only lasts really like the day that you do it. After that, it doesn't really give you much relief. So I was doing it twice a week. Um, and all that stuff is expensive. Physical therapy, acupuncture. I was doing cryotherapy. That's when you get in the freezing chamber, and it's supposed to relieve the um, what's it called? All of the can't even think of the word right now. I'll go back to you with that. But lost my train of thought. So I was doing that. I started taking a whole bunch of supplements as well, which I'm going to share with you today. So one of the things I was taking was a B6 vitamin. See that? B6. I was taking glucosamine. That's supposed to help repair joints and cartilage and whatnot. I read about this somewhere, and I've been taking this for the last month or so, and I've been seeing the real improvement since then. This is called proteolytic enzymes. So I think this has been a good part of the process of recovery. I've been taking vitamin C. That's supposed to help with the inflammation. There we go, inflammation. That's what the cryotherapy does. It's supposed to reduce inflammation. So the reason why you're in pain is because the disc, why can't you see me? The disc is pushing against your nerve, and that inflammation of the area needs to be relieved in order to take the pressure off the nerve. So the cryotherapy is supposed to help with the inflammation. Vitamin C is supposed to help with inflammation. And the physical therapy is also supposed to help basically reduce the pressure on your back and it's great for acupuncture and whatever kind of tea this is. That's been pretty helpful. Um, so that's basically what I've been taking for the past month or two. And at this point, I'm pretty much, I would say 90 to 95% recovered and back to normal. Looking forward to getting to 100% at this point. Um, there was a point where I was reading things and they said that you're never going to go back to normal, that you're always going to have issues. and that's not what I wanted to hear. And I'm sure that's not what you want to hear either. So I'm a believer that there's always a solution out there. Just gotta find it. Um, so I recommend, trying some of these supplements that I just went over with you and seeing how they work for you. Also, you'll really want to be careful of your movements, because if you keep doing the wrong movements, then you're going to make the problem worse and you're going to prevent recovery. So you want to make sure that you're getting out of bed correctly. You want to make sure that you're, bending correctly, that you're, just moving in general correctly. So you don't want to be bending down or bending your back or, doing those bad movements. When you get out of bed, when you have a herniated disc, you have to kind of get up from your side and push yourself up with your arms. Um, when you're bending, you want to bend at your hips to go pick something up. Um, it's a life adjustment that you need to make, but if you want to get back to normal, you have to do it. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to do that forever, but I think that at this point, I'm so scared of going back to the pain that I was in that I'm gonna keep doing those right movements and not, go back to doing it the wrong way. Um, so I definitely recommend doing things the right way. Um, you should also do a lot of core exercises. You want to really strengthen your core, so that takes um, pressure and relief off your back muscles. Um, I know that I personally had a anterior pelvic tilt. So if you're looking at someone and their belt buckle is kind of like facing down, odds are they have an anterior pelvic tilt, which puts more pressure on your back. So there's different exercises you could do to correct that. You'll want to do things like pelvic thrusts and things called dead bugs. Um, Pretty simple exercises to do, but really help strengthen your core muscles. Um, People say that like deadlifts and things like that are bad. They're not bad. My physical therapist is one of the top people in the area, and she told me that it's actually one of the good exercises that you could do as long as you do it correctly. That's really the key here. If you're doing them incorrectly, then it could definitely be bad. Um, so at this point, I was starting to be in pain in January in my glute, and then persisted, and then the real pain started about, like I said, about April or so, and then from April, May, June, um, it's August now, so July, for about 4 months, I was in pretty bad pain, um, but I'm seeing light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm 90 to 95% healed at this point. So I hope that this video can help you with your recovery and that you can go back to living your normal life and be pain-free and really enjoy life again. But just remember, it's gonna take work. You're not gonna just get there by not putting in the work to do your exercises and take your supplements and move correctly. So you really have to put that time in, because it's really gonna pay off at the end, and it's gonna make your recovery a lot faster. So I wish you the best of luck with your recovery, and I hope this video helps at least a few people.